Good morning. It's Elizabeth Adela Oshodi. I've come here today to teach us about the power of words. What are meant to be spoken, uttered from this mouth, written on paper, whispered into ears, shared. Words are meant to be born. But where do you birth your words? Mboloti fenu tó fi sọ̀rọ̀ sí. Olashiri, you call it a secret. So you tell a friend, forgetting that every friend has her best friend. Might be the mother, might be the father, maybe the husband. You think you are besties and you think your friend doesn't tell the husband about what is going on in your life. Maybe not everything, but of course they do. We're humans. God created us to speak. It is up to us to have the discipline to speak unto health, healing, prosperity, comfort, or afflictions. Afflictions. I have grown a lot in this past years. Mo láwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tó yẹ pé máa sọ̀rọ̀ fún. But mo mọ̀ lọ́kàn mi pé kò sí wọn á sọ fẹ́lòmíì. Kò ṣe pé nítorí ó jẹ́ kí o. Once you hear words, doesn't matter who tells you. It doesn't matter if it's part of cultism. It doesn't matter what your commitment to the words that you have heard are or is. Could be just one commitment, right? It is natural in us, in man, for us to get rid of that which we have heard. Now, you may not put a name to it, but you will use it as an example. Either maybe don't see more where they don't know that person, or maybe don't see more without mentioning their names. If you birth your secrets into me, it will be highly inhumane of you to think I will not use that as an example somewhere, even if I don't mention your name. And that has given me peace in my life. So is it something I want to share? Is it something I want to write down and keep in a secret place? And that secret place I've kept it, is it something that I think somebody will not discover one day to use against me? So that still brings us all back to doing the best work in our lives that we should all be doing growing up. Knowing what matters, what we need to document, what we need to erase. You understand? Because experiences are like that in life. Now I've learned to keep quiet about certain things that concerns me because I know I don't care who it is. My mother, my father, my sister, my brother, they are humane. Because it's a secret to me. That's why I couldn't hold it. It was bothering my life, right? A weight on my chest. So I think I have the right to go spit it and put that weight onto somebody else. How they decide to use that weight is solely up to them. It's you, me. We are the ones with the problems. What do we think is secret? Why do we do the things that we do that are secret, that will destroy our lives? Why aren't we living lives that are clean and open? Why have we not learned to have delayed gratification? So that if I see something or I'm planning to do something and I'm not sure that people will keep quiet about it, why don't I learn to just let that be between me and my God? And when it has been executed, my best friend, my mother, my father, my sisters or brothers could say, and you didn't tell me. It is my place as an adult to tell them, I could have told you, but I didn't feel like it. See, the thing is, we still don't understand borderline. We don't understand respect. We don't understand individuality and boundaries. It's not my place to tell you everything that is going on in my life. It might be your choice to tell me everything that is going on in your life, with your sons, with your daughters, with your husband. That's your choice. That's your choice. That's your choice. Now, am I saying we shouldn't have discretion or we shouldn't be a safe and comfort place for people? No, that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm saying, like somebody like me, I come here and I try to teach people because I can't carry a gun to go to war. It's a crazy world right now. I can't give you subsidies for how life has become inflated. So the only place I know, my niche that I've carved for myself, is to strengthen people out there, people I may never meet. People that I hope that God would answer your prayers. People I hope will grow. Because when we're all growing through the fullness of our realities, the world will become a better place. Those who killed my sons, I did not know them. Our sons in the community die every day. So I'm not just going to talk about my David. Those who hurt you, who steal from you, who are on the internet spaces, the dark world, planning to kidnap children and rape them and do crazy things with them. You don't know them. But if they see good things like that which I'm doing right now, you never know. You just may be able to influence somebody. God says, He put the world out there with the word He created the heavens and the earth. A lot of you just go around. You say you want to be content creators. And I have tried to educate us that we are already content creators. The minute we open our mouth, the minute we try to communicate or share or educate, we automatically have created content. Everything that God has created with breath creates content every day, on here and in our real lives. Content just means what we do that can register with other people as being active, existing, impactful. That's content. It's not an abuse when I say Elizabeth is a content creator. Proudly I am. The question is, when it comes to research, you think of the variables. Why don't you realize that you yourself are creating content every day so that you can be kinder to people, more reserved about what you say? We are becoming jokers and jesters, playing with their lives and call it cruising, intruding into other people's spaces and disrespecting them. People you may never meet. People who don't give a hoot what you think. That is why with me, block, 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 for my peace. I don't care what you think. Like I said, this is my cyberspace. If you don't like what I do, scroll. But a lot of you have made enemies of people. You have been offended. You don't talk to the people that love you anymore because you said this to them and they said it to somebody else. I understand. Now, you ask yourself, how close were you to this person? You just looked at them one day and you dumped all that nonsense on their chest that you couldn't keep yourself. If you could keep what you say was divulged as secret, you would have kept it. It's because our mouth, our stomach are birthing things the way God planned that it should be. You are the one that should know what you should be offended. When I hear somebody said this that I told them, now I smile because I would never have told you if I thought it could hurt me in the first place. Because there's nothing like secret. Secret doesn't exist in good spaces. What exists is delayed gratification. Secret exists in dark, wicked places. Things that are against the law, against humanity, things that must not be seen in the light of day. So what do you think you know about me? What do I think I know about you? Why do I think that if I say it at this time, because timing matters, you could achieve destruction, total eradication of somebody's integrity and dignity? Why is it that a lot of people have chosen not to have control over their mouth? May I plead their cases today? It's not their fault. Words that we have heard, we have seen, we have learned, that a spirit has anchored onto are meant to be repeated. Now, that's where wisdom, prudence comes into play. Do I now use what I've seen about you, what you told me about you, about your family, your husband, about your mistakes? Do I use it where they can identify you? Or do I decide to be honorable and use that as an example without name, face, profile, so that other people will not make the same mistakes? Because a lot of you go around life trying to make people accomplices to your foolishness, your infidelities, your wickedness, and your inhumanity. And if I keep that, that's a consent. But when God knows that I indulge you as a friend, as a mother, my father, my sister, to listen to the foolishness, the sins that you have committed, I'm not a priest. But I also have not disgraced you to let them know, Lagbaja lo sọ fún mi, this is where I heard it. But I can use it as a lesson to teach the world, I will. Now, if that erases me from the list of àwọn alábòsí, hypocrites in your life, that's okay. You always come with receipts, and I come up front with what I can do and cannot do. That's why I haven't joined the cult. That's why I'm this poor, because I refuse to join societies that I know if I join them today, I'll be millionaire. But I chose this way because I want peace for my life. But please, as you go around in life, offended at who said what to whom, know that the first ball that was dropped was by you. If you could keep the secret, you would have kept it. But you were looking for a relief, a release, a dumping ground of your nonsense, your evil, your weaknesses. And so you called up and said, Sister Rose, Auntie Jane, Brother Taju, and they're supposed to go to their graves with a burden in your life that you yourself have not been capable to keep. I'm just saying, the things that we use as offenses are not offenses. They're not worth it. If you are soundtracking who can be, hey, how much do you guys even carry? What connections are you capable of giving anybody that you expect so much from the next person and the next person? Who died and made you God? What makes you think your life is that special? Mother mine, what makes you think as a friend you deserve that vacuum, that burden space in my heart? You keep wanting to withdraw from places you haven't invested. Even when it comes to the matter of work, do you think, even parties, there are times I'm here, somebody that we met last night is going to go to a party where I could be seen, her, make contact, but they get dressed the next day. Or the Facebook or the Instagram, let's see, Mama Ali, they show off, but you're supposed to be friends. In fact, people think you're best of friends, but they won't tell you where you can have a breakthrough. Now, is that supposed to offend me? No. Because if I wanted to know, knowing that pattern, I should have said, all right, Kilo Shele now, what's happening in town? Is there anything we could go to? Then she would have lied, right? No. I didn't ask because see the way I am at home now. I'm not wearing makeup, no powder, no eyeshadow. The only thing is my eyelash. That's my choice. Doesn't mean that I have to tie wrapper. No, Jackie, I don't have to look good because I go out. Because I'm not getting good for others, I'm getting good for myself. Oro begins from the depth of your stomach. Oro travels through your chest. Kotode ofun esophagus ko to po. Ibekole ti bere. Oro begins here. In your brains, your faculties, your unconsciousness. And it births it. When a chicken lays an egg, lays it into your spirit carries it from the depth of your stomach before it travels out here. None of us that are adults can say it was a mistake or I didn't know. If you didn't know because you chose not to know, because that person, you just disgraced that person, you just dishonored that person, you disrespected. Didn't mean as much to you. Except you have a mental illness, which a lot of people do. They just haven't been diagnosed yet. So it's you, as always, that I say that I'm concerned about. What kind of lifestyle are you living? What kind of secret life are you living? That you think your friends should keep for you, that your wife shouldn't be upset about. That evil, you know. As a psychiatric nurse, I have a duty to warn. If I see that you're planning to kill somebody, do them harm, I have the duty to warn. So perhaps a lot of you in your lives have been practicing that. You see two people that says they're friends, but you know one is sleeping with the husband's friend. So you decide to tell. Doesn't make you a bad friend. It's a duty to warn. Stop blaming people for putting their things where they put it and giving the thieves on the bags. That is why our society has become so dependent and immoral. All I'm saying this morning, you get what I mean, right? Get a drift. Even the husband you're married to today, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. That's why they can come back and say, I will show your naked picture. I will post your video when you are with people. It's not about who you're with. It's about you laying down a principle, a standard for yourself, your life. I don't care if you're the president. I can walk around the house naked all day. The day I see you carry a camera, take a picture of my backside, record where we're making love, you're finished. Yeah.
I don't know what you, the part that I turned it off.
So usually I just take some part of the roll to back to
Okay.
So just, that's why I put the bowl there, so you can.
No, so you've made the stew.
Yeah, it's on. I did it.
Put
Everything is done.
Okay.
It's just for you to determine how much oil you want on top.
Okay.
Oh, sure, come. So, that is it. Don't give people the responsibility of the safety of your life. Don't. That man loves you. Ìfẹ́, àìmọye ìfẹ́ tó ti dájúrò. Ìfẹ́ kò sí fẹ́. It is up to you to always. It's not always guiding. No, always wise. Always prudent. Why do you need everything you do to be in public? Do you know how many times I go out? I don't post. I hardly take a picture of myself now, even when I go out. Because first, me nearly repeat Hashoyamo. Secondly, what is people's business? If I meet you at a party, a lot of my friends will say, oh, we didn't take a picture. Don't I tell any me say, but to sue me. Because I don't need your validation. All these years that I've been posting, what have I gained from you? I know some of you wish you could help, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you, who have you become? Who are you? What are you chasing? What? Words are meant to be spoken, written, whispered, but never to disappear. Words are meant to be birthed once more in lights that are healing or full of affliction. So the fact that you see me talk about something that might be familiar to what you have experienced doesn't mean I'm talking about you. I can't, because you talk to me about one topic and then stay away from that topic for the rest of my life. You have placed yourself in an undeserving position. You are not entitled in any way to own a part of me for life without using it in the ways that God has meant for them to be. Words are powerful. You live right. You be kind. You be honest. Treat people with kindness. Don't tell people about the plans that you have if you don't want them repeated. You will not continue in this life to make us conspiracies, supporters to your evil and wickedness. A little better, carry your load to make you they go. No, tell me your secret. Not if you don't want me, even if I don't tell those that you're trying to destroy. Don't make me keep quiet and not use your life as an example to those that are coming. I will not pay with my life for your sins. You go. Elizabeth Adela Shudi. You, I love you. Good morning. Goodbye. Show anyway. Go to show anyway. Show you why. Show nǹkan tó ń tọwọ́ bọ̀. Show ibi tó ń tojú bọ̀. Show nǹkan tó ń fi ọkọ ẹ̀ àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ ṣe. Show ìwà ibi tó fẹ́ tọwọ́ bọ̀. Kó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wá láṣìírí tọ́lọ́ máa jọ fìyà jẹ yín pọ̀. What I just said is, before you begin to bridle your tongue or expect your friends, your family to keep your secret. You re-examine your life. You walk right, walk straight, be honest about your life. Show some integrity, honesty, and respect. Value the lives around you. Don't go around committing sins, stealing, cheating, destroying. Don't go around planning evil to hurt and steal and expect me to be a part to keep that secret. And a lot of you have lost loved ones because they didn't know, and I hope you learn to say, no. See, that area that you're going, don't tell me, please. I don't want to be part of that. We still have to learn to shut people down. If it was easy for them to carry, they wouldn't have come to try to dump it in your spirit. That's not what is called being there for other people. I can't be there in your dirt and your filth and your mud. Did you ask me before you did it? Don't dump your responsibilities at my door. That is what paid professionals are for. I'm your friend that's like your lighthouse. I'll always be here to tell you the truth. Of course, we will argue, we'll fight, call each other names, bang the phone, but I'll always still be here when you come back, and I'm ready to do the right thing. Because my mind, my ears, my life is not a dumping ground for filth. I support my friends when they're weak, only if they're willing to hear the truth. But if you are averse to truth, please don't knock on my door, because I have enough junk in my trunk, and I'm dealing with enough. Quite enough already. That doesn't even result into making money to pay my bills. We all have something we're dealing with. I just don't want extra luggage. I can't take it. The world is already a bad place. But the Bible says when 10,000 fall by right hand and 1,000 by left, no evil will come near us or near our dwelling place. It is true. I believe him, even if I already lost one son that was murdered. But all I'm asking is, are you still in his hands? Do you know that it is a marketplace? Do you know that if one of his promises that seems to have fails, 2, 3, 4, it's not a pass mark. It doesn't matter how many fail. It still remains God, and we're still going to stand before his throne of grace to account to him. So it's not about winning or losing. It's about every time we wake up, still have this breath in our nostrils, we know to use it to the best of who we can be. And sometimes that doesn't have to sit well with you. Be real. I love you. Look out. Take care of yourselves.